Gungaloosh, everyone! In order to celebrate the rapidly approaching release of the Jungle Cruise movie, I'm declaring this month Jungle July! We'll be covering the Jungle Cruise and the secret society that exists throughout all the Disney parks. Disney is known for a lot of things in their theme parks. Thrilling rides, fantastic characters, long lines, and overpriced churros. But perhaps none tickle my pickle more than the deep lore behind some of the most popular attractions around. From each of the 999 happy haunts at Mansion having a story, to the extensive role-playing of Galaxy's Edge, Disney makes sure to cram story into every nook and cranny. But no bit of lore is as wide-spreading as the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, or S.E.A. for short. I'm Chris from Orlando, and as a former skipper, I'm a card-carrying member of S.E.A., so let me take you on this fantastic adventure through Disney's secret organization. Hey, you know what else is a great adventure? Clicking that subscribe button down below. That big word one there. Yeah, click that and you'll be going on the greatest adventure of all, helping this channel grow. It'll be fun. Okay, thank you, bye. In order to give you an understanding of what S.E.A. is, let me read out their extended mission statement. The mission of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers is to collect, conserve, and curate valuable cultural and artistic artifacts from around the world and make them available to the public in an artistically pleasing and sensitive manner. It is furthermore the mission of the organization to equip and mount socio-cultural expeditions to discover, explore, chronicle, and protect the artistic achievements of human society, past and present, exalted and forgotten. In other words, the wilderness must be explored. Oh, wait, wrong organization, but the same spirit. S.E.A. aims to explore the wonders of this world in the search of knowledge and adventure. And while some people might hear that and think of the horrors of colonialism, don't worry, the members of the society are actually in it for the adventure. Mostly. We'll get back to him later. Our story begins in perhaps the most unlikely of places, Tokyo Disneysea, circa 2001. Located in the Mediterranean harbor section of the park, you'll find Fortress Explorations, the official headquarters of the society. Founded on August 12, 1538, it was created to help expand the Renaissance and the Age of Exploration. While we know little of the founders, we do know that they had an expansive list of honorary members from history's past, such as Marco, Polo, Christopher Columbus, boo, Leif Erikson, Hinga Durgan, and Leonardo da Vinci, Cowabunga, with Da Vinci's ghost even coming to haunt the fortress. However, it isn't until the 19th century that we get the stories and members that we all know and love. In other words, in 2013, a Disney Imagineer heard about the word retcon for the first time and got to work getting global with this concept. So when putting together this video, I had trouble deciding the best way to present each of the different members and their stories, because some characters are bigger than others, so let's focus on them first, and then the rest of them later. So with that in mind, we'll begin our journey with the man who probably exemplifies S.E.A. more than anyone else, Lord Henry Mystic. Mystic is the owner of Mystic Manor in Hong Kong, Disney. They're a substitution for the Haunted Mansion because Chinese culture is not okay with the whole ghost thing. Mystic first became a member of S.E.A. during its expansion in the early 19th century under the leadership of then-President Vitali Robustelli. I am so sorry, Vitali. And over the years, Mystic would rise to the ranks of the society and become close friends to fellow members Professor R. Blauhimmel, sorry R, Charlton J. Tabaret, Dr. J. L. Batterista, and Maestro D. Elfman, who looks familiar. I just can't put my finger on it. Yeah, but he looks like the kind of guy who would have some skeletons in his closet, Jack. Henry is never far from his faithful monkey Albert, who he saved on an expedition to Papua New Guinea, and he recently opened up his home, Mystic Manor, to the public so they can see his vast collection from his travels. Cue Albert unleashing the power of a magical artifact on unsuspecting guests. The reason why I said Lord Henry Mystic probably embodies S.E.A. more than anyone is because he's a man who's been all over the world seeing things no one else has, and then sharing that knowledge with the rest of the world. And sure, while he may have some of the problems many other explorers have, i.e. I don't think he can write off that mummy in his house as a present from the locals, he's nowhere near as bad as one of the most controversial members of S.E.A., Harrison Hightower III. The Dragon of Park Palace, as I'm sure that Harrison and Harrison alone referred to himself, was easily one of the most unliked members of S.E.A by his fellow adventurers. While his brother George Hightower was off getting ahead in a relationship with a woman named Constance Hatchaway in New Orleans, Harrison was off robbing, vandalizing, and pillaging his way through the mysteries of the world. Now you might say, hey, pillaging is a bit of a harsh term, until I tell you that he's literally part of another group called the Pillagers Brigade. Ooh, that's how you know you're the good guys. Through his acts of General Richard Headerdry, he's stolen an Eastern Island head, forced the locals to carry him around because he just didn't feel like walking that day, and stolen not one, but two ritualistic interpretations of gods! One which led to a series of natural disasters plaguing the Lost Delta River of Tokyo Disneysea. The other, named Shiriki Utundu, sorry Shiriki, would cause the downfall of Hightower himself. Foreshadowing with puns! Gotta love it! Hightower heard the stories of the idol of Shiriki and wanted to buy it from the tribe it belonged to. When they said no, Hightower said, "Oh, cool, it's free then," and stole it. He took it home to the Hightower Hotel, and it was the centerpiece of his New Year's Eve 1899 party. However, Hightower was unaware of the rules surrounding the idol. Always treat it with respect, do not have it close to a fire, it must not be wrapped up, buried, or confined into a small building. It must not be thrown or given away. And beware its eyes. Well, Harrison was having none of that, because he put out his cigar on the idol, and then bad times were had. Harrison Hightower entered the elevator, and not realizing this was a Tower of Terror ride because he didn't read the sign out front like most guests, plummeted to his demise. Now, I want to end this entry on a slightly more upbeat note. So, part of Hightower's adventures was that he visited a certain forbidden mountain in search of a Yeti. Can't be that hard to find, that thing never moves. As a cool little nod to the man Disney modeled Hightower after, famous Imagineer Joe Road. Don't worry, I didn't see it at first either. Mostly because Harrison doesn't have the earring. So that's all the members we'll talk about today, but we're going to end this video on some behind the scenes speculation. Namely, why did S.E.A become such a big thing that its fingerprints are at every Disney park? Well, I think it's because adventure is a prominent part of most Disney rides. Whether you're braving the dangers of the jungle or the thrills of outer space, Disney dares you to leave the regular world behind for something more fantastical. I mean, heck, they even have a section of the park called Adventureland. So it would make sense for a large number of their characters to be adventurers as well, to help guide and encourage guests to take the plunge. And as new Imagineers come and go, they have the ability to add their own story to the society's history. That sounded better in my head. Shut up. After all, they teach you about plussing things in tradition, so why not take a beloved ride like Big Thunder Mountain and add in new characters to help flesh out the story? That's what changes a regular drop ride to an iconic Hotel of Fear. Plus, I have to imagine the rise of social media and YouTubers like me also help expand the mythos. I'm part of a group on Facebook that freaks out anytime a new Easter egg is found, and it's that kind of passion for storytelling that has led Disney to create a society that expands to rides, comics, and maybe even the movies. But we'll have to see when Jungle Cruise comes out. And that, oh lord, is part 1 of the series. Yeah, there's so much more we have to talk about, from Typhoon Lagoon to Big Thunder Mountain, and oh lord, we haven't even touched the Jungle Cruise yet. So if you want to see the rest of the series, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know when those videos go live. And while you're down there, hit that like button and leave a comment on which member of S.E.A is your favorite. I'm Christopher Orlando, and don't be a colonizer, otherwise an evil god's idol will smite you. Trust me, I know from experience. Take care, y'all. One love, don't hurt nobody.